Welcome to Soundbreaker. On today's episode, we're talking to Dusan Simic. Dusan, pleasure to meet you, sir. And he is the co-founder and CEO at Too Immersive for You. Thanks for joining us. Give us a bit of your background before we jump into it.
Thank you very much.
And so we can get, some of the people might not be familiar who you are,
Mhm.
what do you do, and how do you get into this space?
First, shout out to Mark Barry who introduced it. Uh,
Absolutely.
my
Mark, always the connector. Always the connector, Mark Berry.
Yeah,
He's a dear friend, and he's on the board also.
amazing. So, my name is Dusan Simic. I'm the CEO and co-founder of AR and VR and AI animation studio located in Cleveland, North Royalton. I have a background in the music industry, around 17 years, and I've been in the interactive media industry around 7+ years.
Great. Good. Well, good to have you on the show, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Um, Obviously involved in this whole game of AI, innovation, immersive, and we're seeing, with the latest, one of the top or the number one country music song is AI generated
Mhm.
artist. I mean, people think it's just somebody goes in and give the prompt. It's really much more than that. AI gives you the tool to create the artist, to help you write the lyrics, to help you bring the sounds together, even the sounds, the music, the guitar. It's not like, oh, just give me a guitar. No, it makes it easier,
Mhm.
but you still have to have the whole idea, the concept of the song. You have to might mix it down yourself. You might add to it. You might 50% will be generated through computer, which is AI.
Mhm.
Computer as sounds, and then you add to it your own ideas and your own things to it to make it yours. So, I mean, this big conception, I hope it's going to disappear, and I hope it disappeared, because right now I think DSPs, they're all welcoming
Mhm.
all of these things
Mhm.
because they see it's all entertainment in the end of the day. It's all bringing a smile on somebody and joy somebody's face and a joy. It's all about joy. It's
Yeah,
all music. What's music? Because music is about putting a smile on somebody's face and bringing joy to the
yeah.
atmosphere.
It's
So whether it's human made or AI assisted, I would call it. I wouldn't say AI made because AI is not making its own music. No, it's assisted. You involved as a creator, as a producer, as a talent, whether you're a singer or an artist or content creator or producer.
it's always I guess it always kind of depends on your level of involvement. It's true that you can prompt incredible things. Right now, Suno introduced the editor and the studio where you can rearrange tracks. You can export multiple tracks and MIDIs. You can change a lot of stuff. The main thing is, like you said, to express yourself, I guess, and to use original lyrics that I would recommend to new artists. But as we go further from traditional making, you're right, the lines are blurring, and at one point, I don't think it will matter how did you create the music if the music is good. Right now, we're definitely in the interesting time, and every day I think something new develops.
Yes, every day. New. Sometimes there's so many other smaller companies popping up everywhere besides Sono. There's a lot, and I think major labels are taking notes and actually creating new partnerships because they see where the future is going, and you cannot stop technology. You could delay it, but you cannot really stop it anymore. You can't even delay it because it creeped up already. It's everywhere. Technology is all about advancement, and with advancement becomes all the ways get eliminated, and we welcome in new ways of doing things.
Yeah, it has definitely a spirit of disruption. At one point, um, well, I think that most of the major labels, like always, they're protecting their investment, right? The UDO may make a deal with Universal. I
Correct.
think last
Yes,
week.
you do. Mhm.
Now, is it good for the labels or is it good for UDO? We'll see. How it will change the creation of music, and how it will um, can it can it do something else for the large labels because they have so much, they have really big catalogs and stuff like that. And I think that the younger audience is a little bit kind of bored to listen to the, new, every new movie has the same old remix of some like old Tina Turner song or Michael Jackson or something that. So, we would like to see definitely something new. I I think, with the three major labels that have the big say in this, uh, we'll see. I don't know where it will end. I know that Suno is under a lot of pressure from a lot of sides as the new AI platform for creating.
Well, I know they're making a deal with Warner and Universal soon.
Really?
Also,
Oh, cool.
yeah, they're making a deal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The lawsuit that's already switched to a partnership.
Got it. Well,
Yes, yes, they're making a deal also where uh, not just to have access to their music, also to bringing them. It's a lot involved, and not just about music generation. There's also video. They have a platform called Hooks,
all
and
right.
Hooks gonna play a big role in that.
Okay.
Yes,
The
yeah, a big role.
the side of like copyright, I see like Sania Monet, the new African American AI singer and stuff like that. It's really interesting. I really like the idea and the poetry and the team that's making it. But let's say I don't think they really understand how copyright works, because if you just input lyrics and you just like prompt the song, it's a public domain. It's still in the when I talk with the authorities, they told me like it's a public domain. You need to change a lot of things, and to claim your copyright, it's based on case to case. So it's still in the murky waters of the law.
As far as music concerned, yeah, I mean, I understand. When you go in your studio and you think of something, you play it, and but still, half of the sounds that, or three quarters of the sound that being used is all through modules, sounds that's already been computer made and saved in certain modules. They
Yeah,
have thousands of drums, snares, keyboard, and all of this.
yeah, yeah,
It just, and you know what, I'm not against it. Yeah, AI is great, actually.
yeah. Well,
It's bringing new creators, new talent. And wait until AI becomes, it is available to everyone, but we're more available in a sense of having it through a platform, like a social platform, where you're able to come in to create and share and monetize and change things. It's going to expand. I think we're not talking about years from now. Just every month there are new things and new development, and I think, though, in my own opinion, the way that we consume content
mhm,
visually and audio wise, I think that's all going to change. It's part of it, part of the change. It's not every era. I think there's a technology that served its purpose and created new opportunity and a new financial boom for whatever industry it is. We're talking about the music industry. So
yeah,
yes, everything first the physical, then the download came, and the streaming, and created a new, how should I say, lane of jobs and opportunities and new companies, new distributors, new aggregators. Everything in the past is gone. The new came in and created a new opportunities for everybody,
yeah,
new jobs, new everything. So the same thing will happen.
yeah,
Now some say, hey, we're going to adapt and we're going to change, and we have the technology to change, to be part of it. Sure, change always switching the whole infrastructure and the way you do business
yeah,
when you want to adapt new ways of doing business. So, but yes, I think, in my opinion, but you as a producer and as a music tech guy and as a writer and an AI enthusiast and have knowledge about AI, this will be part of your work, your daily work. This is how.
it already is, and all the switches, like you remember sampling and stuff like that, how it changed everything, and like
Which one? Which one?
sampling.
Oh, yes.
sampling of certain songs, and then you would basically got this new song with like the remix of three older songs. Like Prodigy did it on analog tapes, which was, imagine doing that at that age. People were like, "Are you nuts? You're going to be, are they going to be copy striked? What's going to happen and everything?" And then after a couple of decades, Prodigy were such innovators, and I think always the best bands and always the best creators have that spark of innovation within them, because always on the edge something interesting is happening. And David Bowie, I think, had a saying: if you like don't try to reinvent yourself every time, to not feel that much okay with yourself when you're on that edge, to try something new, to like feel a little bit of fear, that's maybe the thing that where you should attack. So maybe there's something interesting in all that domain about maybe remixing songs with AI. Now it just came to mind right now as an idea. But definitely now the innovation is exponential. It's not linear anymore, and we are all trying to figure out every day, from all the stuff that we're paying, the newsletters, the articles, and we're always talking between us and like other producers around the US, trying to figure out like what's new. But that's a $1 billion question, I guess.
Yes, true, true. How do you see, in your own opinion and your involvement, and that's what you're doing every day? Like, I'm sure you have your own thoughts and your own, um, I mean, obviously, being a creative, we all have our own creative side, part in us.
Mhm.
And that's why I think TikTok opened that door and restore the confidence of everybody. It's like, hey, I can produce. I could write, I could produce, I could sing, I can dance, I could do many things.
Mhm.
People needed the platform with a stage to kind of bring all this new talent. And a lot of beautiful talent came out, a lot of entertainment, a lot of great
Right.
stuff, you know, and a lot of things went crazy and just blew up everywhere and continue to do so. But now with AI involved in new technologies, I think it's going to even bring that even much wider. It's going to open it to everybody, and it's going to bring way more talent because now there's immersive technology or mixed reality going to be involved, video AI, changing the character, you become part of it, changing the music, as you said, remixing, creating your own mix, and you're being part of that video, part of that movie, and it's just so much. I think we're entering in a world where it's all about the experience,
Mhm.
and what else? Well, the experience is number one. Like
Mhm.
really, the
Yeah.
experience and the interaction and sharing and creating.
But what do we do in the abundance of experiences? That's the question. There are new theories about that internet theory where AI will just like kind of had this feedback loop with itself, in the abundance of creation and everything. And I really hope that the human side will prevail in that sense. There are a lot of external factors they always try kind of to keep in mind. Uh, you probably saw the like big redistribution of money between Microsoft, OpenAI, Oracle, just like cycling Nvidia, yes, cycling this like I don't know, $500 trillion or something, creating GDP and everything. It's kind of they. It's cool. I would like as part of the U.S. always to win in this race, but at what cost? That's my question, because where are we heading? I don't like some of their saying, like Larry Ellison coming and say like, "Oh, everybody will best behave if they're always under surveillance." I'm like, what? What? Well, what are you saying, man? Just like, and they finalized the TikTok deal. They bought Paramount. He owns Oracle. He owns a lot of data centers within that deal. And now, what are we talking about? They're bidding for Warner Discovery. So I I don't. I think that part of that, when you have that much power, always comes to the next level is control. Obviously, for all these like big guys, who's there like to tell them honestly, like, well, guys, what are you doing? We want to like still still prevail the way that we live in the US, and you know we like to have, yeah, we like to have content, we like to have a lot of it, but we don't want surveillance on every device and on everything that you're proposing with this, and with their idea about these large data centers, that's an inevitability that they will become like literally like AI persons, these big data centers.
Governance, what is it called? Governing AI.
Yeah,
I think, the issue is, yes, you don't want a handful or two handful of companies
yeah,
kind of pretty much control the destiny of everything,
yeah,
because you got the internet, and everything is recorded in the internet, and everything is, shoot, whatever, it's they call it the black web or not black, it's all there. It's obviously, there's a switch, and there's everything is being monitored and
yeah,
seen.
yeah,
Now, obviously, and it's because somebody's providing, whoever's providing, they have control over everything, and they see, they know. It's not like being out in the woods and drive somewhere and nobody sees you. No, no, no. The internet doesn't matter how deep you go down a rabbit hole, or, you know, whether it's the black or white,
yeah.
it's all been monitored. It's all been, everybody's aware of it. It doesn't matter. They can access all. It's all accessible to them.
That's
Who's
true.
control? And AI is going to be way more, because now AI, not just about Googling and searching, it's actually pouring all your ideas, all your heart out, your ideas, and what do you want to do, your name, and all. It's all been recorded.
Yeah,
It's all there. All your information, all your ideas, all your entrepreneurial ideas, all your crazy ideas, your love letters, your business letters,
yeah.
your acquisition letters, your $1 billion idea letters, and all of this, contracts and all of this. So, and we cannot help ourselves, because it brings convenience, and technology and advancement is all about creating convenience and speed. And we it's like, and it's not the forbidden fruit, but it's, we say we should really depend. No, everybody's using music, using it, lawyers are using it, advertising agency using it, everybody's using it, everybody and their mother using it. So
Convenience traded for privacy.
yes, so it's easy to control. So when you have a bunch of companies worldwide, controlling all of this, yeah, they'll start making their own rules. Let's say you own a whole neighborhood, and you own it lock, stock, and barrel, and you control it. What are you going to do? Then you'll start enforcing your own rules. We don't want people putting chairs in the front of their home, only in the backyard. This is the rules.
Yeah,
And if you do, we're going to ticket you. They'll come up with their own policies. And whether you've seen this policy or not, you're going to sign in when you buy the property or the house. And then all of a sudden, oh, you cannot put on lights outside like this. We'll allow you for holidays, but you cannot put it anytime. Not, it's my home. I own the land. No, you don't. You own our own property. You bought it, but you still under our own rules, under our own. So you really kind of own it, but you don't own it actually. So the same thing will be with AI. Everything, I don't want it to be governed by a bunch of companies.
it's always displayed as a commodity in the beginning,
Yes.
which
Yes.
is kind of funny because I don't believe that people are that stupid. I mean, people know what's going on, but yeah, like you said, maybe that.
Because they ignore the fine print. They ignore the all of these things that's actually involved in the fine print, which is, and you would have to accept it. It's like, yeah, whatever, everybody's doing it, yeah, I'll accept it.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's true. It's not like I'm smarter than them. No, I'm just saying that's how. But yes, there should be some kind of. But who's going to make the regulation? Everybody's together on it. So how do you regulate something that the creators and the owners and the controllers are in with it? They're all.
who controls the rest?
I don't want to get political, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all government involved in that. So
yeah. To the degree that US, it's important to win this race. Uh, but yeah, I mean, like I is it better to be owned like by a bunch of private companies, or is it better to be directly owned by government like in China? I don't know. That's also
I think what we need way more companies to be involved.
yeah.
I mean, way more entrepreneurs, and hopefully us will be one of them. And yes, they need to be much smaller companies that to get involved. Sure,
Yep.
they buy out everybody that pops up and they see potential growth in them. They buy them out. But I think yes, in order to make this more democratized, they call it AI, democratizing AI. You know, and having that is allowing everybody being part of it.
Mustafa Suleiman was talking about this decentralizing AI, and he got bought by Microsoft like year ago or something like that. And I was like, well, your book was just like a good marketing material, I guess, to sell, to, to have a
And how much he sold it for?
I don't know. No, he's like now I think he's director or CEO of Google DeepMind.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Whew.
And he was advocating about this decentralizing and protection and privacy. So I guess we're all waiting for our big check. And
I mean, and I tell you where it's going to be. I think where AI need to be decentralized or centralized. I would say in the blockchain.
okay, interesting
I
idea.
think the blockchain will be the not the escape, but it will be where a lot of things it's gonna get connected. It is being connected, and it's gonna allow more for less control in a positive way. You know.
We had our opportunity with the great technology, and one part of me, I'm always kind of skeptical how it's going to turn out. Uh, we had an opportunity to store a lot of things. One of my co-founders, Philip, he was a lot younger, and he went to while we were in Europe to Macedonia to their academy to tell them about how they can store their grades in a blockchain. So that what it means is a really good idea. So you can't like you can manipulate those grades once they're stored. And he was telling me about it, and I was like, do you understand that you probably tell the academy that they can make money on anything? Like, did they let you live after that? So there's still certain use. It needs a push always from some bigger player. It's always a government or a lot of private companies backed by someone. So it remains to be seen. I didn't have that much time to kind of think about where's the blockchain now, but maybe you're right. Maybe some part of it could be stored like in blockchain. But this is the thing: how can you store it where you have this like the AI that we're talking about, like general artificial intelligence, that's going to rewrite their own code? How can you store it in a block and rewrite their own code so it's not a blockchain anymore? So that's also a question. Can you maybe some parts of it store it and let other ones be like reading itself, because that's the path to AGI, and something that I still think we won't understand. It would be so exponentially on every level. It would be so uh, frustrating for us, I guess.
I think the future will be uh, the glasses. It'll be the future in the near future. Now, maybe there's later they'll put a lens here
Yeah.
on your eye, and you'll be able to, a lens. But I don't know. But I think there'll be an option of a lens. But the glasses will have to be so advanced, like the Ray Ban. That
Mhm.
I think they only use them. I don't know if you can actually swipe things, or only just for phone you use them. The glasses for communication.
For you think about Meta collab
Yeah.
with the
Yes. Would
Japan?
yeah. I mean, I know they have their own glasses,
Hmm.
but they're more goggles they have. But the goggles, nobody gonna walk around with goggles.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I think the glasses will be the future of communication, where you have your nice looking glasses, whatever lens you want.
Yeah.
Lens companies will have to, whether it's just shades, beautiful shades, or and you'll just, and technology will be implemented in all of them.
Yeah.
With some people still would just want to wear things as what do you call it? Shades, just, fashionable shades, expensive, beautiful. Yeah, they will, but I think the future will be the glasses. I
Yeah.
think that's how it's going to go, where you can hear from here, and you're able to, once you pick up or you want to go somewhere, you just tap, and it takes you, and it will hear you.
Hmm.
You'll say, Google this address for me, or I'm trying to look for this website or that platform, and
Yeah.
and then you'll be able to use your fingers in front of you and move things around, just like the goggles, but it'll be more in the form of just glasses, because there'll be people wearing it at work, walking outside. You'll be sitting and just working and talking to somebody and exchanging sheets, and I think virtual reality will play into it, where you
Hmm.
can, you'll be in somebody's living room and work and having a meeting, and there's documents there. It's going to get bizarre, but I think it's going to be all of that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Extended
Yeah.
reality glasses, totally.
Yes, yes,
With
and
sound.
mixed reality with could be evolving hologram or digital twin. Part of it will be
Yeah.
where you appear in somebody's place, you appear in somebody's desk, having a meeting, an interview. I hope not a date. That then that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Of humanity, if we do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Definitely. So,
Maybe two people getting to know each other. Maybe it's good. Maybe avoid some of the crazy stuff that happens sometime
yeah.
on a first date. But it could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Extended reality to some point will.
Yes, yes. Get feel safe with somebody and see how they look actually, and all of that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to have some part of in the future,
Yeah.
because communication is always kind of struck first. How do you
Yes.
communicate? How do we communicate with each other? And I can see that. I mean, it's already a possibility, but how will they integrate it with like phone or some? Right now, I think that a lot of them are trying to build their ecosystems.
I mean, this is becoming too much. Too much to have a phone. Well, you have one or two or three. It's too much to carry. Put in your pocket. You drop it. You break it. It's a lot already. It is already a lot. It gets stolen. And yes, yes. I'm sure the glass is easier to steal. Maybe
I
from you.
Well, you probably heard that Ive and Sam Altman are working on that, some like a necklace hologram type of thing.
Yes.
Ive, designer from Apple, and Sam Altman are thinking like how to rethink the mobile hardware also.
Yes. I
I,
think it's gonna change. There's a company called Humane.
okay,
Humane, the guy, I think he came from, him and his wife, they came from Apple,
okay,
and they created their own company. And I think Sam Altman is involved with them, or OpenAI invested in them.
it's
They raised $250 million plus, and they created and they made a deal, I think, with T-Mobile. But I haven't heard anything new about them. What happened? I seen a lot last year, but this year I haven't seen anything new, where how far they went with it. It's pretty much basically it's like a small little device, and you wear it here or you attach it to your shirt, and that's your phone. I don't know, you would have to have like a headphone or something, like earpod, where you're able to speak to it and say, hey, give me this address.
yeah,
But I don't know how it reflects. They say it reflects on your hand. you know it beams to your hand. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of new innovations we're gonna see,
mhm,
and where would it go? Who will win? Who will become the standard tradition, the traditional way? But yes, yes, things are definitely on its way to change, and music is always going to be part of it, because that's how we're going to consume content.
yeah,
Yeah, listen, to interact, to play, and all of this. Yes, and I say mixed reality. All of that will be part of it. Will How music will be consumed and interacted with and played with. Yeah.
right now you already have those collaborations with what's his name? The rapper did a collaboration with Fortnite where Travis Scott, remember, created that like in game concert, which looked really cool for kids. and there's always that question of onboarding the new generations. I would just be as the technology progressed, we tried to immerse people with all their sensory uh, uh, inputs and outputs into something that we just want people to be immersed more and more. But how we did it from the past, from the infinite scrolling to now to short video content. I hope for the next generation we can break somehow that pattern of just like destroying and altering people's brains, to have something like maybe more meaningful again on what is meaningful for who is also the question. People are there to make money, but I notice, which is kind of shame, that a lot of kids don't read, and not just read. They're not connected like to. They don't know who, like, people. They're kids. They're like 15, 16. They don't know who Leonardo DiCaprio is. You know?
Well, and now there's the rise of AI schools. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And now,
I mean,
like,
they started. They have it here. They have it in Austin for in Florida,
mhm,
California, and I forgot what other state they have it. And they're spreading. They're already spreading.
yeah, yeah,
They vary between 40, 50, $60,000 a year, where the kids spend a couple of hours in school, and the rest of the day, I don't know if they spend the time there. There's no homework, obviously, which is, I'm against homework. Like, what do you need homework for? You shouldn't. You should be involved with your family, physical activity,
yeah,
chores in the house. Do things.
yep,
Be human
yep,
instead of just in your school for all day and then locked in your
yeah,
room studying. And for what?
yeah.
No, no. I think I'm against it. So I kind of welcome that in a way, but again, it will take the social aspect out of it, AI schools, because the kids there for a couple of hours and maybe another hour or two activities, and it's done. You're done for the day. Yeah, well, maybe speed up the process of finishing school and becoming more advanced. But then, what's the future look like? I cannot tell you.
Maybe the future, like in 6 years or something like that, would be again making this like uh primordial tribes, where you have like your like we have right now, we have those rooms online and stuff like that where you can go in real life, meet your friends, and just like watch a movie and listen to music, because music kind of started from that idea that you're like you're shaman, you're telling a story around a campfire, and you're making someone else part of that story, and they're grateful at the end. That's how the music and story, um, and these first, I think, storylines came to be. And we still have those meet and greets in North America and everything else, which I think it's a great way of, you know telling your favorite artist or someone like, thank you, you made my night. And it's incredible. And maybe the future will be, as always, double-edged sword. Some will find the consolence in those kinds of things. Somebody will maybe, with the neural link and everything else, you probably have people that want to be plugged in and uh, having their own ideas of what is right and what is wrong. And it's a whole, it's a whole world of interesting potentials.
What's next for Dushan?
Yeah,
Is it Dushan or Dusan?
yeah,
I said Dusan in the beginning,
well,
but then when you introduce yourself, you said Dushan.
you were the first one who spoke my name like it's intended to. It's Serbian name, it's Dusan, but in
Yeah.
the US everybody calls me Dusan because it's
Oh, Dusan. Okay.
easier for pronunciation.
So what's next for Dushan?
Uh, Next is well, this week I'm going to meet Mark in Niagara Falls. Hopefully, we're starting new publishing ventures that can create into something amazing. Mark is the senior veteran in the music industry and one of like the last legendary producers there is, And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. In the meantime, I'm also on Escape AI as a creator, and you can find my videos with my virtual band Budalas, which means fools. And they are a bunch of interesting raccoons, and you can unveil their storyline on Escape AI. You can find me there. And also, I'm on LinkedIn. You can find me as Dusan Simic. Uh, I'm working on articles every morning that are in the AI sector and also have a touch of philosophy, economy, and the rising technology.
Um, an advice for the young entrepreneurs and creative creators in our industry, what for the music industry, obviously, what advice you'll have for them that entering this arena right now?
To be really careful how they pierce information, uh, to read more, and sometimes to listen to the older and wiser ones because sometimes they have something to tell you really invaluable.
Okay. Well said, Mr. Dushan. Well, I want to say, first of all, thank you. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Interesting conversation. I know we started about the music business, but somehow we just evolved. And that's what conversation is about. It's about just, bringing more positivity, more information to our audience and everybody else, and I'm sure we'll have more to talk, me and you, about. Yes, actually. And yes, we give a shout out to Mr. Mark Barry. He's a good friend and for making this happen, this introduction. Again, pleasure having you. And for our listeners and viewers on Soundbreaker, just please make sure to follow us on social and stay tuned to our next episodes. We always have interesting guests here and all of our around music tech and music business and what's the future going to bring. And there's a lot of changes in this business. Again, thank you, sir, and pleasure having you.
Thank you very much, Bob. See you soon.
If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to share the Soundbreaker podcast. And if you are joining us on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.